Listen, oh, listen. You think you know your family. You think blood is thicker than water. Wait until you hear what happened to one man who gave everything to his people, only to discover he was nothing more than a walking ATM machine with legs. This is the story of Marvelous Maduka, a man who learned the hardest lesson of his life in just 30 days. A lesson so painful, so brutal that it changed him forever. And my people, when I tell you what his own family did to him when he pretended to be broke, chai, you will not believe it. You see, in the Maduka family there were 3 sons: Solomon, the firstborn, Marvelous, the middle child, and Precious, the lastborn. But if you looked at these 3 men standing side by side, you would never believe they came from the same womb. Never. Solomon, the elder brother, was 38 years old and had achieved absolutely nothing. Nothing. The man woke up every morning with only one skill: how to ask for money with aggression. He was married to a woman named Christina, and together they had perfected the art of living off other people's sweat. Solomon didn't work, didn't even pretend to look for work. His daily routine was simple: wake up, dress up in his one good shirt, march to Marvelous's house and demand money like he was collecting his salary. And Precious? Precious, the baby boy, 32 years old, but still behaving like he was 16. This one married a quiet girl named Delight, but the only thing Precious was delighted about was the bottom of a beer bottle. Every evening, without fail, Precious would drink himself into a stupor, and then when his vision was blurry and his words were slurred, he would pick up his phone and call Marvelous. Bro Marv, I need small money for transport. Transport to where? From the bar to his house? The house that was only 3 streets away? But Marvelous would send the money every single time. Then there is Marvelous himself, 35 years old, married to a beautiful, sensible woman named Favor. Favor was the kind of wife every man prayed for. She was supportive, she was wise, she managed their home well, and most importantly, she could see through nonsense from a kilometer away. Marvelous had built a successful business selling building materials. He woke up at 5 a.m. every day, worked until his bones ached, saved every kobo, invested wisely, and now he was doing well. Very well. He had a nice house, 2 cars, and a growing bank account. But you say Marvelous didn't just wake up successful one day. No. His story was written in sweat, tears, and sacrifice. Growing up, their father, Papa Maduka, was a poor man who spent more time drinking local gin than providing for his family. And their mother, Mama Maduka, was the type of woman who screamed at the world but never actually did anything to change her situation. She was loud, ghetto, always ready to fight, always blaming everyone else for their poverty. As children, whenever Solomon got into trouble in school for not paying fees, who covered for him? Marvelous. He would take the beating meant for Solomon, tell the teachers he lost both their fees, anything to protect his elder brother. When Precious stole meat from Mama Fadia's pot and the whole compound was ready to disgrace the family, who took the blame? Marvelous. He stood there, a boy of 12, and accepted that he was a thief, just so his baby brother wouldn't be labeled one. Marvelous carried his family on his back from childhood to adulthood. And now, even though they were all grown men, all married with their own homes, somehow Marvelous was still carrying them. Every month, without fail, Solomon would appear at his gate banging like a madman. Marvelous, open this gate. I know you are inside. And Marvelous would come out, his face tired, his spirit exhausted. Solomon, what is it this time? What is it? You're asking me what it is like you don't know. Give me 50,000 naira. My rent is due. But Solomon, I gave you money for rent last month. What happened to it?
Are you asking me questions? Am I your child? I said I need money and you are here interrogating me like EFCC. You want me to be thrown out on the street, Abi? You want your elder brother to become homeless? And Marvelous, because he was marvelous, would go inside and bring out the money every single time. Favor would watch from the window, shaking her head. Marvelous, this has to stop. Solomon is a grown man. He's even older than you. I know, but he's my brother. What can I do? What you can do is let him stand on his own 2 feet. The man is 38 years old. But before Marvelous could even rest from Solomon's madness, his phone would ring. It was always around 9 p.m., like clockwork. Bro Marv, Precious's voice would come through, thick with alcohol. I dey for Mama Caro's bar. I don't finish my money. Send me 5K. Make I for pay my bill and go house. Precious, didn't you go to work today? Work? You too dey ask me question. Just send the money, Jerry. You know say you be my brother. You no go let me suffer, Abi? And Marvelous would send it. Because what choice did he have? Let his brother be disgraced at the bar? Even their parents, Papa and Mama Maduka, had turned Marvelous's house into their personal bank. Mama Maduka would call. Marvelous, your father wants to buy a new phone. Send 30,000 naira. Mama, didn't I just send money for? What did you just say? You want to talk back to your mother? After all the suffering I suffered to born you, 9 months I carried you in my womb, and this is how you repay me, by questioning me? No, Mama, I'm not questioning you. I'll send it.
And Papa Maduka? That one didn't even call. He would just send his account number via text message with one word, urgent. No explanation, no greeting, just urgent and his account number. This continued for years. Years of Marvelous bending, breaking, stretching himself thin, trying to hold everyone together while they all drained him, like he was a well that would never run dry. Then one day, something happened that changed everything. Marvelous came home from work, exhausted as usual. He had just finished dealing with a difficult client and had a splitting headache. All he wanted was peace. Just a few hours of peace. But Solomon was at his gate again. Marvelous, open up! Marvelous sighed so deeply, his soul almost left his body. He opened the gate. Solomon stormed in, not even a greeting. I need 100,000 naira right now. Christiana's mother is sick and we need to take her to the hospital. For the first time in his life, Marvelous hesitated. Solomon, 100,000 naira is a lot. Can it wait until... Gabam! Solomon slammed his fist on Marvelous's car bonnet. The sound echoed through the compound like a gunshot. Wait until when? Until the woman dies? You are sitting here in your fine house with your fine cars and you want my mother-in-law to die because you are too greedy to help your own brother? Solomon, I'm not saying I won't help. I'm just saying... You're just saying what? You've changed, Marvelous. Money has changed you. You've forgotten where you came from. You've forgotten who helped you. This part made Marvelous's eye twitch. Who helped me? All of us. When you were struggling to start your business, who was there for you? Who encouraged you? Marvelous wanted to laugh, but he was too shocked. Encouraged him? Encouraged him? These same people told him his business would fail. These same people mocked him when he was hawking sachet water in traffic. But he didn't argue. He just went inside, brought out 100,000 naira cash and handed it to Solomon. Solomon snatched the money without even saying thank you and stormed off. Favor saw everything from the window. When Marvelous came inside, she sat him down. Marvelous, how much longer will you let them treat you like this? Favor, they are my family.
Family? Family? That man just banged your car. He screamed at you in your own compound. He took your money and didn't even say thank you. Is that what family does? Marvelous was quiet. Deep down, he knew she was right. But what could he do?
That night, as he lay in bed, unable to sleep, an idea came to him. A crazy, wild idea. What if he just stopped? What if he pretended to be broke? Just for 1 month, just to see. Would they care about him? Or did they only care about his money? The next morning, Marvelous made a decision. He called Favor and told her his plan. I'm going to tell them I'm broke, that the business has collapsed. I want to see what they'll do. I want to see if they would help me the way I've always helped them. Favor looked at him for a long moment. Then she smiled, a small, knowing smile. Do it. Let's see who really loves you. And so it began. The test. The 1 month that would change everything. Marvelous didn't just want to stop giving. No, he wanted to make it real. He wanted everyone, including his neighbors, to believe that he was truly finished. First, he stopped going to work in his usual clothes. He started wearing old, faded shirts with small holes that he had kept from his struggling days. He would leave the house looking defeated, walking slowly like a man carrying the weight of the world. His neighbors started to notice. Hey, Marvelous, is everything okay? You don't look well these days. Ah, my brother, business is very hard, very hard. I'm just managing. He stopped washing his cars. Both of them sat in his compound gathering dust, looking abandoned. When Mama Fadia asked why, he said, fuel is too expensive now. I can't afford to be driving around anyhow. He even told the gateman to start saying he wasn't home when certain people came looking for him. Tell them I've traveled. Tell them I'm looking for solutions to my problems. Then came the real test. That evening, like clockwork, Precious called. It was 9 p.m. Marvelous could hear the noise of the bar in the background, the loud music, people laughing. Bro Marv, how far? Adeg, send me small 5K. I don't finish my money for here and... Marvelous interrupted him. And his voice was shaking, actually shaking. Precious, I need to see you. Can you come to my house? Please, it's urgent. There was a pause. The background noise seemed to fade as Precious covered the phone. See you? Now? But I dey bow. What happened? Please, Precious, I really need to talk to you. I need help. Help? What kind of help? Just come, please. I'll explain when you get here. Precious must have heard something in Marvelous's voice because he said, Okay, I dey come now. Give me 30 minutes. But 30 minutes became 1 hour. Then 2 hours. Marvelous waited, sitting in his dark parlor, practicing his story, making sure it sounded real. Favor watched him from the kitchen doorway. Finally, at 11:30 p.m., Precious stumbled through the gate. He was drunk, very drunk, but he had come. Bro Marv, I don't come, oh. Wetin happen? You don't make me leave bar. He was swaying as he walked, his words slurring together. Marvelous stood up slowly. His face was drawn, tired. He had rubbed his eyes until they were red. He looked like a man who had been crying. Precious, thank you for coming. Please, sit down. Precious collapsed into the chair, looking at his brother with confused, hazy eyes. Guy, wetin happen? You look like something die. Marvelous took a deep breath. Precious, my business is collapsing. Everything is falling apart. I have debts, serious debts. The suppliers are threatening me. I might lose everything. Precious blinked, trying to process this information through his alcohol-fogged brain. But you just sent Solomon 100,000 naira last week. That was the last of my savings, Precious. I gave it to him for Christiana's mother, and now I have nothing left. The business account is empty. I'm even struggling to feed my family. This is serious, oh. Precious, I need your help. Marvelous leaned forward, his voice breaking. I need to borrow 30,000 naira. Just 30,000. I have a small contract I can fulfill if I have capital to buy materials. Once I finish it and get paid, I'll give you back your money with interest. I'm begging you. The room went silent. Precious stared at his brother. Then he started laughing, a slow, drunken laugh that grew louder and louder. Me? You won't borrow money from me? Marvelous. You won't borrow money from me? Yes, Precious. You're my brother. I've always been there for you and... Guy, you dey craze? I no get that kind money oh. Where you want make I see 30,000 from? You think say I be bank? But Precious, every week I send you money for drinks. Every single week. Sometimes 5,000, sometimes 10,000. And I drink am. I don't drink am finish. Marvelous, that one a different thing. That one be gifts. But to borrow you 30,000, I don't get am oh. Please, Precious, I'm desperate. I'm your brother. If you can just lend me even 10,000. Marvelous, Precious shouted, his drunk voice echoing in the quiet house. If I get 10,000, you think say I go dey bar asking you for 5,000? Think am well. I no get money oh. In fact, now you suppose they help me, not be me they help you. And with that, Precious stumbled toward the door. I dey go. This your story don't spoil my night. Abi na because I don't drink finish from bar, that's why I come. He muttered to himself as he left, not even looking back.
Marvelous sat there in shock. Favor came out from where she had been listening. You see, she said quietly, but Marvelous wasn't done. The next morning, looking even more haggard, he went to see Solomon. He drove there in his dusty car, wearing the same faded shirt from yesterday. When he knocked on Solomon's door, Christiana opened it. Ah, Marvelous, you don't look well, oh. Come in. Solomon was eating breakfast, and he looked up surprised. Marvelous? This early? Solomon, I need to talk to you. Seriously. Solomon put down his fork, and Christiana excused herself, though Marvelous knew she was listening from the next room. What is it? Solomon. Marvelous's voice cracked. My business is failing. I'm in serious trouble. I have debts everywhere. The 100,000 naira I gave you last week, that was the last money I had. I thought the payment from my big client would come through, but it didn't. Now I'm drowning. Solomon's eyes widened. What? But you always have money. I don't anymore. Marvelous raised his voice, then lowered it, letting his shoulders slump in defeat. I don't have anything, Solomon. I'm finished. I came to beg you, please. I need to borrow 50,000 naira. I have a supplier who agreed to give me materials on partial payment. If I can pay him 50,000 naira, he'll release the goods. I'll fulfill this one contract, and when I get paid, I'll return your money plus interest. Please, Solomon, I'm begging you as your brother. Solomon sat back in his chair. His face went through several emotions: shock, disbelief, then something else, something cold. 50,000 naira, Solomon. Where do you expect me to get such money? Solomon, I just gave you 100,000 naira last week, surely. That money is finished, Solomon shouted. We used it for Christiana's mother's treatment, and we even had to add more, Seth. You think 100,000 was enough? We spent almost 200,000. We're in debt ourselves. But Solomon, listen, I don't have money to lend you. And even if I did, Solomon paused, looking at his brother with something like contempt. Even if I did, I would need to think about it carefully. You said the business is failing. How do I know you will be able to pay me back? What if you can't? What if this contract you are talking about doesn't come through? Then I've lost my money. Marvelous stared at him, his mouth open. You want collateral from your own brother? It's not personal, Marvelous. It's just wisdom.
You should have managed your money better when you had it. You bought 2 cars, 2. Who told you to buy 2 cars? You were living too big. Now you're suffering for it. This is what happens when you don't plan properly. Solomon, you are saying this. You, the person whose rent I've paid for how many years, whose wedding I funded, whose wife's hospital bills And I thank you for that. Solomon stood up. I appreciate everything you've done, but that doesn't mean I should throw my own money away on a failing business. Marvelous, I have my own family to think about. Christiana is pregnant. We have expenses. I cannot afford to lend you money that I might never see again. But I will pay you back, I promise. Promises don't feed children. Solomon walked to the door and opened it. Marvelous, I'm sorry about your situation. I really am. But you need to find another way. Maybe go to the bank, take a loan, but don't come to me. I don't have it. Marvelous stood up slowly, his legs shaking. So, this is it? After everything? After everything, you need to stand on your own 2 feet, just like I'm trying to do. Now, if you'll excuse me, my food is getting cold. Marvelous walked out of that house feeling like he had been slapped across the face. He sat in his car for 10 minutes before he could even start the engine. But he still had one more test to complete. That afternoon, he went to his parents' house. He made sure to look as defeated as possible. He didn't shave, his eyes were red from lack of sleep, which was real. This test was taking a toll on him emotionally. He found Mama Maduka in the compound sorting beans with Mama Fadia. Marvelous, Mama Fadia greeted cheerfully. Long time, how is business? Before Marvelous could answer, Mama Maduka hissed. Don't mind him. He has forgotten his mother since money entered his head. Mama, that's not true. What are you doing here, Seth? You don't send money anymore. You don't visit. Now you just appear. What do you want? Marvelous took a deep breath, feeling the real tears starting to form. This was his own mother. His own mother. Mama, I came because I'm in trouble. Serious trouble. Mama Fadia, sensing family business, quickly excused herself. What trouble? Mama Maduka didn't even look up from her beans.
My business has collapsed. I'm in debt. Mama, I'm drowning. I came to beg you and Papa, please, can you help me? Even 20,000 naira would give me some breathing room. I need to buy materials for a small contract and... Mama Maduka's head snapped up so fast, Marvelous thought she would get whiplash. What? You came here to borrow money from us? Papa Maduka, who was sleeping in the corner, woke up at his wife's shout. What is happening? Papa, your son wants to borrow money from us. Can you imagine? Papa Maduka looked at Marvelous with disgust. Borrow money? Have you gone mad? We are old people, poor people. You are the one who should be taking care of us. But Papa, I've always taken care of you for years. Now I'm asking for help just this once and we don't have it. Mama Maduka stood up, her voice raising to that pitch that Marvelous knew meant trouble. Marvelous, what is wrong with you? You had a good business. You had money. Now you come here crying like a baby. What did you do with all your money? Did you use it to marry a second wife? Did you waste it on women? No, Mama. I've been helping all of you. Solomon, Precious, you, Papa. So it's our fault now. We forced you to help us. We put gun to your head. Marvelous. You gave us that money willingly, as our duty, as our son. The Bible says, honor your father and mother. You think that's just with words? It's with money too. Mama, I know, but now I'm the one who needs help. Then go and meet your friends, Papa Maduka shouted. Go and meet those your big business friends. Don't come here embarrassing us. What will Mama Fadia think? That we raised a useless son who cannot manage money? Papa, get out, both of them shouted at the same time. Marvelous stood there, frozen.
He had expected rejection, yes, but not this. Not this level of cruelty. Not this complete lack of compassion. Get out before we disgrace you. Mama Maduka picked up her broom like she was ready to use it. Marvelous left. He walked out of that compound with his head down, and when he got to his car, he saw neighbors peeking through their windows whispering. The whole street had probably heard Mama Maduka's shouting. The rumors started spreading that very day. By evening, the whole village was talking. You heard? Marvelous Maduka is finished, broke completely. I always knew it would happen. That boy was living too big. Pride goes before a fall, they say. His business has collapsed though. They say he has debts everywhere. Even his own mother chased him away with a broom. Can you imagine? Marvelous heard the whispers everywhere he went. At the market, at the filling station, even at the church. People who used to greet him warmly now either avoided him or looked at him with pity.
1 week became 2. 2 weeks became 3. Not one of them, not Solomon, not Precious, not Mama, not Papa, called to check on him. Not one. The phone that used to ring constantly with demands for money was now silent, dead silent. But Marvelous took it further. He started selling things, small things. His generator, he told the buyer loudly, "I need money for food. Take it cheap. His spare tire, "I'm desperate, please help me." Word spread like wildfire. You see, Marvelous is selling his belongings. The man is truly finished. Even church members started a contribution for him. They showed up at his house with rice and beans. "Brother Marvelous, we heard about your troubles. Please take this. Don't be ashamed. We all go through hard times." Favor wanted to laugh and cry at the same time. Strangers were showing more concern than his own family. In week 3, Marvelous went back to each of them one more time, making it even more desperate. He called Precious on the phone, his voice breaking. "Precious, please, I'm begging you. Just 5,000 naira. My children have not eaten proper food in 3 days. Just 5,000. The number you are trying to reach is switched off." He sent Solomon a text message. "Bro, I know you said you can't help, but I'm desperate. Even 2,000 naira would buy me rice. Please, for all time's sake." The message was read. No reply came. He went to his parents' house again, this time actually crying, real tears. "Mama, Papa, please, I don't need much. Just help me with anything. 1,000, 2,000, anything. I'll pay you back, I swear." Mama Maduka didn't even open the door fully. She spoke through the crack. "Marvelous, stop disturbing us. We don't have money. Go and find work. Hustle like other men. Stop behaving like a woman." Gbam! She slammed the door in his face. A neighbor who saw this shook his head sadly. What has this family become? A mother closing door on her own child? By week 4, Marvelous was fully committed to the role. He started going to his shop irregularly. Sometimes he would get there at 10 a.m. instead of 6 a.m. His workers began to worry. "Oga, are you okay?" "Just tired, very tired." He let his beard grow rough. He stopped ironing his clothes properly. He walked with a slouch like a man defeated by life. And the whole village watched. They watched and they talked, but not one member of his family checked on him. Then came day 28, the day everything came to a head. Marvelous was in his house when he heard loud voices outside his gate. He looked through the window and saw them, all of them, Solomon, Precious, Mama Maduka, and Papa Maduka, standing together, having a meeting right there in front of his house. He moved closer to the fence, hiding in the shadows, and he heard everything. "I'm telling you," Solomon was saying, pacing back and forth. "Marvelous is lying. He's hiding money somewhere. No business collapses that fast. I know him. He's cunning." "You think so?" Precious, surprisingly sober, was nodding. "But he's been selling his things, generator, spare tire, even his shoes safe, I heard."
That's what he wants us to believe, Solomon insisted. It's all a show. He probably has millions hidden somewhere and he's just pretending so he won't help us anymore. Mama Maduka, standing there with her arms folded, nodded vigorously. I know my son. That boy is a liar. He's always been clever. Remember when he was small, he would hide food from his brothers. This is the same thing. He's hiding money from us. Tomorrow, Solomon continued, his voice getting louder. I'm bringing Christiana's brothers. Big, strong men. We'll search this house from top to bottom if we have to. We'll find where he's hiding the money. Good, Mama Maduka agreed. It's our right. We are his family. Whatever he has belongs to all of us. Papa Maduka, who barely spoke, finally opened his mouth. The boy has become selfish. After everything we did for him, we gave him life. We suffered to raise him, and this is how he repays us, by hiding money and pretending to be poor? And he had the audacity to call me, begging for 5,000 naira. Me, as if I'm the one with money. The disrespect. They all laughed, actually laughed, standing outside his gate, planning to invade his home, talking about him like he was a criminal, and they were laughing. Marvelous stood there in the shadows, his whole body shaking, not from fear, from heartbreak, from the weight of finally seeing the truth with his own eyes, hearing it with his own ears. These were not his family. These were strangers who shared his blood but knew nothing about love, loyalty, or basic human decency.
He went back inside, closed the door, and sat in the darkness. Favor found him there, tears streaming down his face.